Hey everybody, we're glad you're here. Um, Monday night with the LDC, best place to be. Um, just a reminder what we're doing and what to expect. We are Kristen's going to go through some product training. I'm not going to do this one because she's going to talk about the differences in the skincare lines. She's the expert on that. And then we're going to go into the specific business skill that we're going to talk about is contacting and following up. Then we'll do some recognition and some announcements. We'll end the recording and then we'll do Q&A once we're through all that. So we're glad you're here.
Welcome, guys. So before I start, I'll just do like a normal reminder. If you are able to have your video on, I really prefer it and I love it. If you've ever talked to a blank screen before, you know why. But also, yeah.
All the videos are coming up.
Yes, guys, you have no idea how happy this makes me. Christina, I can see your face. It makes me so happy. Also, if you know my personality, you know that I love people and I love people's faces. Again, like I'm not an introvert, I'm an extrovert. And we're the Living Drop Collective, and one of our values is community. So I love, us all getting to interact and see each other. So thank you so much for turning your videos on. The first thing we're going to train on is the skincare lines from doTERRA. And if you are like me, I remember probably literally, how long we've been doing doTERRA now for almost 5 years. No, yeah. As a business, 4 years. And literally probably for like the first 3 years, I was still confused about the skincare lines and like which one I should use. And now this last year, I still feel like when somebody asks me the question, I'm still like, how do I explain it? But guys, I did more research tonight to prep for this call because I'm like, this needs to be answered. So there are 3 skincare lines from doTERRA. The first, I'm actually going to go ahead and share my screen because if you're a visual learner like me, this will be helpful. So you go to the shop tab right here, and then if you go under personal care, then you'll notice shop tab, personal care, and then there's 3 skincares right here. So there's essential skincare, there's the Virage skincare, and then there's the HD skincare. So I'm going to start with HD Clear because it's the easiest one to explain. So HD Clear is a line that was designed specifically for people with acne prone skin. And when I say acne prone, I mean like think like puberty age, like teenage skin, or if you know somebody that is experiencing like they feel like their skin is like teenage skin even though they're not a teenager anymore, this is going to be a great line for them. They have the foaming wash, then the face lotion, and then they have this roller bottle, which is a specific blend of essential oils that's going to be really good for acne. So it's actually what I've been rolling on this little zit right under my my lip. And this right here is the whole line put together as a kit, so it's discounted, cheaper than it would be if you bought each thing individually. Then we'll go back to the shop tab, personal care, and right here's the Virage skincare. So the Virage skincare is actually what I personally use, probably 80 to 90% of the year or of the time. I have both skincare lines, but I bought both of them just because I wanted to be able to have them in case somebody wanted to try them before buying them. So the Virage skincare line, and feel free, if you've experienced either of these lines, share your feedback, like what your personal experience is, what you like better, what type of skin you have, anything like that. If you have anything to add in, go ahead and type in the chat. But Virage skincare, everything that I read from other people, and this is my experience too, is that Virage is going to be a lot lighter on your skin. So there are actually a lot of the top leaders in doTERRA, diamonds and above, that prefer to use the Virage skincare line during the summer, and then during the winter they switch to the essential skincare line because the essential skincare line is a lot more nourishing. The other biggest difference that I would share is that the essential skincare line seems to really be preferred by people that are like, say, 35 to 40 and up, because it is so nourishing. A lot of times when people are 35 and up, their skin tends to get more dry, I think. And so I think that's why people that are older, women that are older, really like the essential skincare line. The other thing that I will say is the Virage. This is what Callie would have always said. Callie is the person who introduced me to doTERRA, and she always talked about how the Virage skincare line is made out of all natural ingredients, whereas the essential skincare line is made more like with ingredients that are like scientifically proven to help support your skin. And so some of them are synthetic ingredients, but they are not harmful, or they don't have any like bad ingredients. Everything still scores really well in the EWG. They're safe ingredients. That was the word she used, actually. It was like scientifically created to support your skin, and they're still safe ingredients, but they're synthetic.
You're talking about, that's the essential
skincare line. So with Virage, I'll just do a brief overview of it. You can see here, this is the cleanser. I'm obsessed with the cleanser. I use the cleanser morning and night. It's so great. And then you can see here in this skincare line, they have this taller one, which is, oh, here it is. This is the toner. The toner is great. I have even used, maybe TMI, but I've used the Virage toner like before, after I've gotten waxed or things like that, like my bikini line if I get them waxed, or like under my armpits if I have gotten like any sort of like skin irritation. I've used the toner for that. And then this is the lotion, the moisturizer, and then this is the serum. So these are meant to, like, you go cleanser, toner, serum, moisturizer. If I'm in a speed hurry, I will use cleanser followed by the moisturizer with like Yaropalm or Blue Tansy added in or something like that. So I love this skincare line. Next skincare line is a little bit more complicated, and it has lots of options. So people that are like real skincare, like really, really into it, they will probably prefer the essential skincare line. If somebody uses like Clinique or like some department store skincare line, they probably will prefer this. So I'm just gonna I'm going to talk about this, and then I'll go into the customizable kit. So the Reveal facial system, this is like a fun thing to add into your skincare routine for exfoliating. So if somebody deals with a lot of like blackheads, or if they have really dry skin or really oily skin and they want to balance it more, this, if you've never tried it before, it is like, oh, it's such a treat on your skin. The first part is an exfoliator followed by a peptide activator. So it helps to support your skin. And this exfoliator is like better than any one I've ever tried before. It like almost feels like there's like sand inside of the exfoliator. And in my opinion, it's better than the scrub, the invigorating scrub. I'll talk about that in a second, but I really, really love it. You use it on your skin and it just makes your skin so soft, gets rid of all the dead skin cells, all that kind of stuff. And I will just leave this in my shower. I don't shower as often as I should. No, just kidding. I shower anytime I work out, but I don't always take the longest time. So when I'm like washing my hair, doing everything in the shower, I will use this. So usually a couple times a week to exfoliate my skin. And then the customizable skincare kit, I want to walk through that. So I'm going to show you my LRP and show you how you add it. So it's very similar to the Lifelong Vitality Pack, because when you get the essential skincare line, you can customize it. I don't know why my computer's freezing. So you can customize it and you can choose additional things to add on at a discount, just like you can with the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Sorry guys, I don't know what. Okay. So it automatically will come with the cleanser, the toner, and this is a tightening serum. So again, for people with older skin or that are older, they will love this. And then it has the invigorating scrub in here, which I know Kelsey Vandenbrink, I don't know if she's on, but she loves this and she can share about that. But the facial cleanser, like I said, is just a lot more like nourishing. It feels like thicker, not in a clogging your pores way, but just like thicker, smooth on your skin, all that kind of stuff. And then when you buy this kit for $90, then you can get up to 2 of these add-ons at a discount. And so this hydrating cream I'm obsessed with. If you ever have periods of time where your skin is really dry, you need the hydrating cream. It is so amazing. And I honestly use the Virage skincare line during the winter, and then I just sub out the moisturizer and I use the hydrating cream with the Virage skincare line. And then this is the anti-aging eye cream. It's super nice. This little silver ball is like super, it feels cool on your skin. It's really great for under your eyes. And then this is another option for a moisturizer that's not quite as thick as the hydrating cream. And then this is a brightening gel made for like aging spots and things like that on your skin. So there's lots of options. And as you can see, this anti-aging eye cream is normally $45. And when you get it as an add-on to the skincare line, it's literally $25. So you save a ton of money by getting it with this kit. So hopefully that gives you a good overview. If you guys have other questions on the skincare, we'll talk about that at the end with all the other questions. But I hope that just gives you more confidence when you're thinking about the different skincare lines and how to explain the difference to people and all that kind of stuff. So today, for our business skill, we're going to talk about contacting and following up. And full disclosure, I feel like I'm relearning this a little bit. I recently, I think if you've been around for a while, you know that I typically am a high enroller, and I still have been enrolling consistently all this year. In fact, like this month I had 4 enrollments. It was a good month for me, and I'm thankful for that. But I continue, I feel like I should be enrolling more people in comparison to the number of people I talk to about doTERRA. And I also get frustrated, like sometimes with my retention rate or my ability to get people on the loyalty rewards program. And so if any of you guys resonate with that, you will probably enjoy what I have to say. I am a little resistant.
Kristen's hard on herself. She is really great at enrolling people and helping people on LRP. But
I always want it to get better.
There's always room for improvement.
Yeah. And I also, I'll just be honest, I want more people on my team to want to host classes for me. I want more people to want to do the business. All the things that you guys want, I want those things too. And so, I'm always trying to problem solve and figure out how to do it better. And in my mind, every single person should want to be on LRP and do the business. So there's always room for improvement when your standards are that, right? So I've been listening to Elise Chedevy's daily mentor calls. I know a lot of you guys have been, you did the sales program with doTERRA, or maybe you're still working on watching those videos. Honestly, I still need to get mine watched. But I've been listening to a lot of the daily mentor calls by Elise Chedevy, and she teaches in a way that I haven't honestly heard other people teach before. And they're just little snippets, so they're really quick and I can listen to them very quickly, which I like. And she's very straight and to the point. So I've been listening to her theory on sampling, and I think it just really makes a lot of sense. So when we talk about contacting and following up, the thing that I want you to think about first is that a lot of times when we contact and follow up, and when I say we, I mean me, when we contact and follow up, we think that somebody should enroll really quickly. If they express interest, when they just want to buy something right away then, right? Or if they come to a class, why wouldn't they just buy right away at the class? But the reality is when you learn about anything in the sales world, it takes a lot of touches for somebody to actually purchase. Usually it takes between 10 to 12 touches. And even more so, if you're wanting to get them on the loyalty rewards program. So Elise Chedevy talks a lot about sampling and the importance of it. And she talks about how she takes a lot of time to sample someone before she ever even gets them to a class or a one-on-one. And I recently had an experience, and I'll share about it, but it like completely proved her point. So basically, I've had this like wondering in my mind for a long time, and again, it was confirmed. I think sometimes there are people in doTERRA, because of our strengths and our gifts, we can very quickly influence someone to buy essential oils from us. On average, I would say I'm one of those people. Emily Paulson for sure is one of those people. Like anybody that's a high enroller, they are probably really good at influencing somebody and quickly getting them to buy, but that doesn't mean that they've fully built trust with you. It doesn't mean that they believe in essential oils yet, nothing like that. It just means that they trusted you and they liked you enough to buy something right away. So what I'm telling you is sometimes like somebody that maybe can't enroll somebody quickly, but they're really good at their follow-up game. They're really good at building trust by doing what they say they're going to do. Like if they give them a sample and they say, I'm going to follow up with you in a couple of days and see how it helps, and they do that, then it's very likely that because they've built that trust, they're going to have like a very committed customer, a loyal customer. And that person is probably honestly going to be more likely to want to share with friends and family or even consider the business. So it's basically the way she's teaching is making me rethink everything. And even though I don't want to spend more time on sampling and spend money on it, I think it is so, so valuable.
Because you're giving people an experience.
Because you're giving people an experience. So I'm going to share my story now. There's a girl locally here in Waco. She had found my Instagram account, which rarely happens, y'all. You know, I'm not social media guru, but she found my social media account through a mutual friend of mine that just shared info about me. And so then she started following me. She already kind of had in her head that she wanted to use the essential oils. She commented maybe on one of my BOGO things. No, not BOGO, the flash sale that happened back in August, July, whenever that was. And she basically wanted to purchase something. She didn't purchase it. I followed up with her. Then we met for a one-on-one, and she came to the one-on-one, and she did not, oh, there we go. Okay. She came to the one-on-one and she didn't buy anything after that. She said she was interested, but she was going to go home and talk to her husband. We all know that line. She went home and talked to her husband and then wasn't ready to purchase still. So then I was playing the game of inviting her to more classes, and she was never able to make it. But then recently her daughter, she was going to come to a class, and her daughter was stuffy, congested, and then also was teething. And I said, hey, just stop by my house. I want to get you a sample. So I gave her a sample. I followed up with her the next day. Her daughter slept amazing. Breathe works. Yay. And she also used Copaiba for the teething and like loved it and immediately said, I need to buy that stuff from you. So then we talk on the phone and she buys the Family Essentials kit, which she wasn't even planning to buy a kit. She was planning to buy individual oils prior to me sampling her. She wanted to pay the $35 fee and get like On Guard or something is what she was thinking. But the problem was when I just had this one-on-one with her, she still hadn't experienced the oils. So I can tell her that Breathe is great for congestion, but she doesn't know what that means. She doesn't know how quickly Breathe works for congestion. She doesn't know the difference that it's going to make for her daughter with sleeping at night. She doesn't know that when she puts Copaiba a little bit diluted on her baby's gums, that her daughter's going to go from like fussing to not fussing. Like she's not experienced that yet. And we all know, like we all had those like moments in our essential oil journey where it's like, I remember the first time I used past tense and I was like, whoa, y'all, that stuff is amazing. And we had these moments of like, essential oils really do work. This is amazing. So even though my friend Callie told me they worked and what they're good for in theory, in my mind, I still had like some doubts and some reservations. So then you imagine someone like that coming to your class And say they do have like financial stress, or they have a lot of things they're paying for, or they have a little baby and they have expenses that come with the baby, they're buying lots of diapers and whatever. Like, and then they come to your class and of course they're going to tell you like, I don't have enough money for essential oils right now, or I think I just want to get that one essential oil right now, or I can't afford that Home Essentials one, but I'll get the AromaTouch one, like, or the all of those things, right? Like we just like, they haven't been proven in their mind yet. So the cool thing is when you spend more time sampling on the front end, you get them a sample, then you follow up when you say you're going to follow up, you're building trust, and you're also helping them to see that essential oils work before you even ask them or recommend to them to buy a certain thing. So the thing that I wanted to share specifically is a couple really helpful scripts. And so if you watch Elise Chedevy's Daily Mentor Calls, she talks on there. Yeah, Tyler put the link over in the chat. But if you watch those Daily Mentor Calls, number one, she gives you scripts. And number two, she talks about like practicals of how they work out. We've all talked about scripts before. Scripts are like a helpful starting point. Once you memorize them, it just enables you to really focus on the person in front of you instead of having to think about the words you're going to say and how you're going to explain it. So still, of course, take your scripts and make it yours. But one thing I really loved is that she said whenever she gives somebody a sample, she will say, essential oils are similar to medication in this way. When you have an ailment and you go to the doctor and receive a prescription, and if you use it and it doesn't work, you usually don't think to yourself, I'm never going to try a medication again because it's all useless. What you think is that medication didn't work well on my body, so I need to go back to the doctor and ask him for something different. We have been programmed this way. We understand that medications affect people differently. Essential oils are similar in the fact that each oil is not going to have the same exact effect on every single person. So if you use an oil and don't get the results you're looking for, that's okay. We can try something else. If you're patient enough with essential oils like you are with medication, we will find something that is safer, cheaper, and more effective for you. She's so strategic, guys. I'm like, this is genius. So this is really cool because you sample somebody and say it doesn't work. You've already put it in their mind that like, oh, I can try something else and they're going to help me find something else. And I want to try something else because it's safer, cheaper, and more effective. So I love this. I think it's so good. And again, in Elise's Daily Mentor Calls, what she encourages you to do is consistently commit to yourself that you're going to spend an hour contacting and following up for 5 days of the week. So for all of you guys on this call, maybe you're not at a place where you're wanting to rank up, or you're probably wanting to rank up. You're probably not wanting to rank up as fast. Some of you guys are probably wanting to get the next rank next month. Some of you guys might be like, I just want to like consistently be sharing with people. So you don't have to contact and follow up every single day if that doesn't align with your goals. But for me, I want to be doing that every single day for an hour. And so I love that this sample system that she uses is incorporated in it, and you can already offer value to somebody right away when you contact them. So the other thing she talks about in the Daily Mentor Calls, I'm like, she's just building all the belief in me, is she talks about how every other network marketing company out there, they don't, the difference between doTERRA and those other companies is that those other companies are going around talking about how awesome their products work, but oftentimes their products don't work as well as ours. And like, so you think like, I don't want to bash companies, I guess, but basically through making ourselves different in this way, we can sample them with oils and help them see that they work. And then when you talk about setting a class date and you're like, I can't get anybody to come to my class, suddenly that will change, because once you have sampled somebody and it works, they're going to want to come to your class. They're going to be like, I want to find out how to purchase as soon as possible. I want to learn more about this, because they see that essential oils work. So that's where we really have to create that value in people. And I promise you, like the first time, like this is just a little challenge that I'm making for myself, and I encourage you all to as well. We've talked about making a contact list. I would encourage you to make your contact list, go through your list, write, do the scoring that Elise Chedevy talks about. We've shared it on previous calls here. And then focus in on some of your people that are scoring a 5, 6, or 7 on Elise's scale, and then contact them in the way that you normally would talk to them. And try to do this like 1 week. Just try to set aside an hour's worth of time where you're doing this contacting and following up work with people, and then getting them samples before you even invite them to a class or a one-on-one, before you invite them to purchase, and see the difference that it will make. Take the experiment with me. And I encourage you, if you haven't already, definitely check out Elise's mentor calls, because there's so many more things I could say, but we're getting low on time. And so all in all, I hope I've made the case for you all that sampling is really valuable. And I think it can really switch our experience of, number one, how many people were able to get to our classes, and number two, how many people were enrolling and then getting on LRP.
Thanks. Kristen always steals all the time. One thing that I want to follow up with that she was mentioning, talking about scheduling the time to do this. Kristen's goal is 5 hours a week, an hour a day. I would just encourage you, wherever you're at, to set that, but make it like a stretch. So like if you like feel good about like, I think I could do 2 hours a week, like schedule 3. So then you know at least 2 will happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Chris. We have a sweet recognition tonight. Dawn Stee enrolled the person sitting next to her on the airplane on the way to convention, like before all the excitement.
That is so awesome,
So awesome.
Dawn.
Great job, Dawn.
I love it.
And then her and her team also had an awesome, I don't know what you call this, a essential oil pet party.
Yes, so
watching good. Dr. Janet Rourke.
Mm-hmm.
She's the essential oil vet, the EO vet. Watching her training from convention.
Our potty. Potty. I love it.
That's funny. That's awesome.
That's so cute.
Great job, guys. And then
wait, I want to ask a quick question. Dawn, can you unmute yourself? I'm wondering, with the lady on the airplane, did you have her like,
say it was a lady?
Oh yeah. Okay, the person sitting next to you. Did you like sample them on the airplane? Did you have them smell stuff or like use stuff while you were on the airplane with them?
Yeah, I had my oils with me. So when she told me that she had a medical history of arthritis, of course I had, I think I had my past tense. And when I learned that anything I handed her, she loved the aroma.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, that's a really good sign, And so anyway, we ended up chatting the whole time. It was like a one-on-one. I mean, I talked about sourcing and healing hands and everything. So it was really fun.
That's awesome. So how did you get to a point where she opened up and told you she had arthritis?
We just talked about life. I mean, isn't that what you do?
A lot of questions and stuff.
Older, she's a little older, so older people talk about their health.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're good at talking.
She had shared with me that, she leaned more natural. I mean, she had tried CBD and other things, and she said, yeah, I'm willing to give it a try. She said, the CBD, I take it at night, she said, and it makes me sleepy, but that's about it.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, I recommended the Deep Blue rub with copaiba internally.
Yeah.
Oh, and then when turmeric comes out on October 1st, I'll recommend that too.
So
she's a super, super busy gal. So I was thinking convenience, but yeah, she's a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll build that relationship further.
I love it. I love it. I think it's like one of those things where it's like it's hard sometimes to go on at least for me to go onto airplane and like be like I'm gonna meet somebody, because sometimes on an airplane I'm like I just want to stay to myself, but it is amazing what can open up through an airplane ride. I suppose your airplane ride was already a tax write-off, but now it really is, right?
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh. So good.
All right. Just a few reminders, and then we'll stop the recording and open up Q&A. Today's the last day for anything September related, obviously. So that's the 10% off time. And then also this doTERRA school sales training is 25% off. So if you haven't gotten on that train yet, do it. It's good through tonight. The Together tours, we've mentioned those a lot over the last few weeks. You can check out all the details. We've posted about them in the LDC, but you can check them out on doTERRA's website, all the dates and locations. Super, 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 they're going to be amazing events for customers to go to, for prospective customers to go to, and I think it's a type of event that even like somebody that's like on the fence with wanting to build, they're gonna just get a piece, like a sense of doTERRA's culture, and could get excited about building. So super important. The cleanse started today. Who's doing the cleanse? Yes. Yay. Awesome. It's not too late to start if you still want to. Also, I think we mentioned this last week, but Kristen had started a poll on the Wellness Leaders page on topics to cover on these calls on Monday nights. So if you haven't yet, get over to that poll and let us know what you would like covered on these calls. And then for those of you who are in the Sioux Falls area or want to visit Sioux Falls in the near future, on Sunday, October 13th, we are going to be in Sioux Falls. And we're going to have a business training. The day before, on the 12th, Kristen's going to do an aroma touch technique training in Sioux Falls, and then we'll do a business training on Sunday, the 13th, in the afternoon. Do we know what time it is?
It's from 1 to 4:30, I think. But it's all the details for that are posted on the Wellness Leaders page. Awesome. In the events. Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
That's all I got.